This is Hal Rayle, the voice of Snarl, Dinobot.
Shrapnel, Insecticon, Miss Piggy, Gonzo the Great,
Animal! And of course, many, many more. And you're watching In Conversation with the Fangirl.
Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. Let's turn my headphones on. Can you see them? I don't think you can.
I can see them.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
Glowy, baby. Glowy.
Yes, baby. Hello.
Hello. And a smashing hello from the States.
My guest today is Hal Rayle, who is best known for being the following: Deep Six in G.I. Joe, Pipe, Snarl and Shrapnel in the G1 Transformers cartoon, Raphael in selected Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episodes, Miss Piggy, Gonzo and Animal on Little Muppet Monsters, Howler and Reflex in Pound Puppies and the Legend of Big Paw, the Predator in The Predators 2, Tin Man in Deek's Wizard of Oz cartoon, Bonehead and Dr. Bender in Toxic Crusaders, Charlie Ant and the Blue Aardvark in the Pink Panther cartoon, Lieutenant Commander Steele in SWAT Cats and Toolbots in Kid Video, and much, much, much more.
Yes, that is correct. Or as Bonehead would say, yeah, why, you got a problem with that? I don't know why.
Oh man, Hal, thank you for coming on my show.
Very welcome.
Wonderful. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Like, you're here right now. You're talking to me. I feel honored. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you?
We are a third year into a COVID pandemic. I'm fortunate. Got 4 shots in me, still here, still ticking. I'm a Timex and I'm out there ticking and I'm looking forward to traveling and going out and visiting cons and mingling with people again and being part of humanity on this rock that we call Earth.
Nice one. By the way, with my autism, I get that it's like, when they say you got better butterflies in your stomach. Oh yeah, that's how Alan Oppenheimer used to talk in sea spray in Transformers. Yeah. Wow, that's just reminded me. Yeah.
And this is how you do a cold teeth.
Oh, I have to see. I haven't got a pencil in the hand. I have one over here. Whilst I go get the pencil, I'd like to say, with my autism, I can get quite giddy, I guess. It's called Amber the Fangirl for a reason, because I'm a fan of many things and stuff. And sometimes when I get that email saying or message saying, yes, sure, I'd love to do an interview with you. I've just had one now, an email back from a voice actor that I can't say yet, but I will say after the interview. And when you said, oh yeah, I'd love to do an interview with you, I was like,
well, that was quite a while ago. And, you've been farming this fish for quite some time. Finally, I said, I keep trolling by that baited hook and she keeps saying, so when is a good date? And I thought,
I didn't want to bother you.
How about sooner than later? There you go.
Oh.
Keep them clenched and then you can just keep it clenched. See, you try to keep it so it's like on one side, you have a little bit more, and then you just jiggle it like a putt. No, loosen a little bit. There you go. Then you just see it. You use this like a pump handle, and it becomes chattering teeth in the Arctic North.
Nice. I will remember that, definitely. Yeah.
A couple of other things I'll show you.
Oh, I'm excited to see what you'll be able to show me. Okay, so I'd like to start off I have a list of topics I'd like to go over, obviously, but I'd pretty much like to start off by asking, how did you get started in voiceover, Hal?
Well, this is an interesting character. Can you see this character? Let me see if I can put him
It's
up.
a bust.
It's a bust, but he's wearing blinders. And that bust is called No.
Oh.
That is who you face every morning of every day and every afternoon and every evening. No is in charge of budgets. No is in charge of creativity. No is in front of you. So what I had to do was I had to focus all of my energies. I got chewed up and spit out of LA twice, and I moved back a third time. But the third time I had learned what I needed through the first two times. First time I thought, well, I'll try stand-up comedy and maybe that'll get me into cartoons. But I realized you can't be on the road, you got to be there. The second time I just was in an automobile accident and all of my finances were gone. And long story short, I left and then I put my stuff together. And the third time I came back with a resume, I had my union card, and I had a demo, and I had experience. I had studied for a period of years. But I think what galvanized my determination was that I had cancer when I was 26, and they took out most of my back. And I kind of woke up on that table and I told myself, I don't know how long I have on this rock, but I've always wanted to do the voice thing. And everybody has always said, hey, you know, you're pretty good at that. And I used to do a lot of Howard Cosell, Muhammad Ali, and all these characters that I did cartoon commercials and all these things for. And then I decided I'm going to gamble. And they said, you got to wait 5 years after cancer before you can leave. But I waited 2.5 years and went back down to Los Angeles armed with those materials. And I was fortunate. It was the beginning of the 80s. And I met a woman named Donna Lee Davies, who became my agent. And then she was bought out and we became part of Cunningham Escott DePini. And that was a major agency, and my life changed. And I had always told myself, and I had cancer at 26. So I said, if this doesn't work out by 30, then I got to figure out something in restaurant management. And fortunately, I didn't have to get into restaurant management because I was always a bartender, to be able to have my days free to go and audition and be part of the quote unquote actors at large. So next question.
Wow.
That's a very long answer, but I can tell you that to get into this business, if there is anything else you can do, please do it. But if this is what you have to do, I understand. I mean, that's the way I am, but it's a rocky road, mostly it's full of reinvention. And what you have to do is get past no and be happy with what you're doing and what you're creating and where you are. And that's where I am. I'm giddy right now about where my life is and what I'm doing. I'm just happier than a pig in a puddle. So, and that's because I've already done this, and now I have that under my belt and I can do other things, blessed on the credibility of having done animation. Please go on.
I will go on indeed. Yes, Hal. How did you get cast on the G1 Transformers cartoon? Wait, which came first? Was it G.I. Joe or Transformers?
First came G.I. Joe.
Oh, was it? I always thought Transformers came first. That shows how much of a fan I am.
It was Transformers first.
Oh, it was in toys, yeah.
They were looking for Dinobots. And this was when there was an episode where Grimlock goes crazy. So they create Snarl, who harnesses the power of the sun with his radiation shields. And then he is the power that can stop Grimlock in that early Transformers episode. And my audition was one line that said, me, Snarl, Dinobot, growl. So I don't know what everybody else did, but I just went in there and I went, me, Snarl. Now, when I did the Predator, see, I created this when we did Kid Video. And this is a number 10 can with a little handle on it.
Yeah.
And this is the top to what would be considered a coffee cup from the 80s. But I would do. And then when you put this in there.
Oh, what's going to happen? Wow. That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Some of the things that you learn how to enhance the chest. You know, it's like, for instance, this microphone emulates a 44 Baker Kai 44BX, which is the old radio mics that they use in the 40s. This gives me more chest and a little bit more barrel in my voice because I'm inherently a little bit more of a upper mid-range, but I can, you know, focus my energies to go higher and to go lower if that's where the character takes me.
Yeah. And on the subject of Predator or the Predator, you were the Predator in the Predator 2, but Peter Cullen was the Predator in the first Predator movie. So what was it like taking over from him? Did you take direct inspiration from him? Did you ever talk to him about it at all?
You know, I don't want to get too deep into that, but I will say there was some animosity on Peter's part. He thought that I didn't really do it and that they used him, and I had 20th Century Fox call me to verify that I did indeed do the voice, and I verified. And then Norman Schwartz, who was the director, he had to testify that yes, indeed, I did do it. I didn't see him do it. I don't know how he did it, what he did. I heard what he did, and I figured out my own can of worms to emulate what it is that I was called upon to do. Now, my character and his character, the storylines were completely different. He was in the jungle, and you could hear his echo off to the side. I spent 8 days in the ADR room voicing the Predator, and this was the beginning of this was the beginning of the digital age, and they brought me in and I covered every aspect of what that voice could be, and they digitized it, and it's in everything. But they own it because that's part of the agreement from the Screen Actors Guild.
Wow.
But, you know, and you know, when you're listening to the soundtrack, John Conte took that trill, and he used that as the counter track for the theme for the soundtrack. You get nothing for that bit, you know, but that, you know, except the knowledge of knowing that my trill, my that vibrato from the back of the throat, that's part of it. That set the tempo.
I see. Wow, that's so cool though. Like, it is similar to Peter's in a way, because he did say he pictured like a horseshoe crab upside down with like all these
I
tentacles.
later saw something where he talked about something like that. I think he did an interview at a con.
TF Con.
Yeah, but I never, you know, we never talked.
Like I told Laura about the Predator. I'm presuming it's about the Predator then. Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, you know, he broke the mold. He started, but you know, but I was the one who created the Predator speech. You know, at the end when the elder Predator hands the gun to you know, Danny Glover, then they said to me, you know, well, you know, he's got to say something here. So I'm going, well, you know, yeah, well, what is he going to say? And I go, well, okay, how about if we just try to do a little, and I emulated some other sounds, and we just kind of did like a little.
That is cool.
So that's kind of taking my version of an African click language and putting it in the back of the throat and using my larynx and a lot of phlegm to make noise.
That is so cool. Like,
Yeah, I ate a lot of carobs and raisins when I was doing that Predator.
how much did your throat hurt after you recorded it?
I beg your pardon?
How much did your throat hurt after you recorded the Predators
You know,
dialogue?
let's put it this way. If it hurts, you're doing it wrong. So you just need to back off the energies and replace where you're focusing. I was young, stupid, and had a voice that was very elastic, and I didn't care how much I pushed it. Same thing with doing all the ghoulies. I didn't care. I just wanted to see where it would go. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have said, hey, let's try this, compress that sound, drop it down 2 decibels, and you'd be surprised what that's going to sound like now. But that's because I have a studio and I do my own stuff now. So I know the tricks that I can do to enhance what I already have vocally. So that's what I'm doing with the current things that I'm doing, which is Magical Stories by Hal Rayle.
Ooh, I did see a lot of things on your IMDb page, and I was wondering, why is Hal the only person credited for these?
For these what?
On your IMDb, there's a lot of things that you're credited for, like little shorts and stuff.
Oh, well, that's because people come to me now, and I have my own studio. So now I do what is called soundscape. So I do the voice, I do the audio, I do all the sound effects, the music, and what have you, to take animation that others are doing and bring it to life.
Oh,
so it's like being a voice actor, but now I'm a producer and a creator as well as an actor, because you have to kind of keep a lot of hats on the rack to stay alive in this business.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Speaking of voices, or sort of like different voice for different people, I'd like to ask you about you voicing Raphael in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, the character was originally voiced by Rob Paulson, but you were brought in to voice him. Why was that?
I can't tell you why that was. I can tell you that I called Rob and I said, they want me to replace you, and is that going to be a problem? And he said, no, Hal, go ahead. I don't think of myself as Raphael. I mean, Rob created the character, but I've been blessed with some of the joy and a lot of the jubilation that follows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was at a con in Baltimore, and I met a young woman who told me that she felt really, really strangely out of place in her life and was borderline suicidal. And then she found the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and she thought, they're not misfits. So I'm in one of those lucky places where what I can do can somehow translate itself into something else for someone else who might need something else that I don't even know. But because of something that Rob did and that I'm part of, this young girl found salvation. And, that is humbling. I love going to cons because I'm honored that something I did way back, people want to have a picture taken with me, have me sign a picture of something I did and celebrate that. And I'm, how many people, get called back to a house and say, hey, we want to have you at a dinner and have you sign a picture. And, because, man, you built our house 40 years ago and shoot, we really love this house, or, man, you cleaned my gutters and I got to have you. No, fortunately, I'm an animation guy or part of movies and television series. And people equate happiness from their childhood with that and latch that onto me. And I'm very blessed to be standing in those footsteps. That's part of when you're a child and you pass a wishing well and you throw a coin in and you say, I really want to be a voice person when I grow up. You don't know what that is until you are. And then you don't know what's attached to it until you are. And then you get to find out, what kind of person you are. Because in the end, we are all human beings. And I know a lot of people in this business that are not kind. And I prefer to be kind because I'm lucky.
Good on you, Hal. Like the kind people in this industry give me so much hope. I mean, unfortunately, I've had my fair share of unkind voice actors, but I don't like to dote on the dole, whatever the term is.
But
yeah.
Again, it's like negativity. You never remember the positive things. You only remember the negative things. So forget those people. Just concentrate. I'm finishing a book that is going through publisher rewrite right now, and it's called The Book of Voices. And the whole thing is how to find where the quote unquote money voice is, where your natural tone is, where you speak from naturally,
And then how to take it up.
and how to take it down, way down. So somewhere there's an elevator, and you can take the letter E, and you can write it from the very bottom to the very top. E. And E will take you there, and you can step out on E anywhere, and that's where a voice can be. So I'm trying to teach people in this book how to step out on E anywhere, and then formulate a character based upon where that texture and where that sound tonation is within the realm of your body cavity.
I think I'm gonna try that now. I'm just gonna go like, I have a naturally deep voice for some reason, so I'm just like, that's the deepest I can go. Like, I can't go any deeper than this. This is just how I am.
You take it up to the ceiling, and sometimes you can break through and be in the sky.
Is that like a little mouse?
Oh. But hey, that's where you get it when you want to get up to these guys. See?
Oh yeah, this is sort of what I want to get up to. Oh, Mama cheeks up and smile. Oh dear.
Another thing you have to know when you're doing characters is it's not enough to be able to just do the voice. I mean, you really have to be able to have a laugh and a cry, several different cries, several different laughs for each character, depending upon where the writer evokes emotion for you to go. And you got to have a lot of hills and valleys. It can't just be one particular cadence, and unless you're doing then there you are. Own thing.
Yeah.
Let's carry on.
Yeah, let's carry on indeed. Okay, we were talking about conventions, I believe. You've done a few notable conventions, so I'd like to bring up 3 of them. The first one, obviously, I'm very biased. I'd like to bring up the time you came over to England for TF Nation. So when was this?
It was in 2014.
It was then. I would have been 10. So what was it like coming over to England and experiencing our world?
Well, I'll tell you, my wife, Maggie, who is on The Simpsons, we were in Italy, and we combined a trip of being able to take the flight over to England and the flight back, and fly to Italy, spend a little time in Italy where it was like 110 degrees. It was bloody hot. Then we got to Birmingham, and Birmingham was, well, you might say, GD cold. I still have bought a jacket at a secondhand store because all I had was short sleeves and sleeveless things because it was bloody hot. And I get there and I'm going, right, so I come to England and I bloody freeze. What is that all about? So I go out to the Birmingham store, I get myself a bit of a jibby, I put it on, I'm fine. Now I can do a walkabout with the people. Say, hello, how are you? Well, I'm fine, how are you? Yeah, top of the morning.
Oh, that's an accurate representation of what us Brits are like.
And I tried to get more, but the company went under during the COVID, so I'm hoping they come back.
Oh, which company was it?
It was a yachting company. It was a yachting top that someone had said, well, by Jove, Jim, you've outgrown that. You're a fat, jolly man now, so we're going to get rid of that. And now I enjoy it, and it makes me look like a fat, jolly man. I'm actually thin, but it makes me look like a fat, jolly man. So I just try to get my dimples out when that happens and go with the Santa Claus beard.
That's a good idea. That I got big dimples and they hurt from smiling so much.
But that's good. That means that laughter means you've got a kind heart and you're in touch with it.
Oh, Hal. Oh, you're making me blush.
Oh, all the way in England? What are the long distance roaming charges on a thing?
Oh man. And there's another TF con that you did as well. The one in, where was the 2014 one? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I have to.
I did one in Burbank.
It was Pasadena.
Pasadena, yes.
Yeah. So what was it like there? Because you had, actually, I've interviewed a lot of people who are guests there. I've interviewed so far Susan Blue, Paris China, Ellen Garfius, David Kay, Samantha Newark, you, and Amari Williams. Amari and Parvesh being from Rescue Bots.
Well, you have made the rounds. I haven't interviewed any of those people.
You've worked with some of them.
I work with them, but I haven't interviewed them. No. So good for you. You got the scoop on all of them. Tell me, what's not fit to print that I should bring up the next time I see them?
You can bring up anything. I don't discuss about the bad things.
Well, as they say in Ireland, you're a good Muppet.
Oh, thank you. There's more people who went. There was Steve Bloom. I interviewed him for my Bill Scott documentary. Actually, we'll get onto that in.
Jack Angel was also there.
Yeah, Jack Angel, yes.
Yeah.
And Morgan Lofton and Michael McConaughey and Shannon McCain and Jason Marsden. Jason, I'm actually meeting this December at Wales Comic Con in Telford.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm excited. So what was it like doing BotCon and seeing all these people? I mean, did you meet Alan Garfius? Or did you not? He was Cody in Transformers Rescue Bots.
Oh, I did meet him because we did a reading together, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a con is a little bit like spraying your brain with Pam. There's just a lot that goes on and a lot of people and a lot of action, and you're trying to keep your energies geared specifically for every individual that you meet. So you can be present and you can be personable. And due to that, my long-term memory has gone into just flashes and glimpses of cons because I meet so many different people. But I do remember that con, actually all of those cons, primarily because I was just getting back into doing cons. And it was great to run into Susan Blue again and see Susan and I starred together on Galaxy High, and then she was my director in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all these things. So, and she trained Maggie, my wife, who is on The Simpsons. So there's so many different layers of meeting up with these people again. I mean, see, when we were in the business early on, you would go to Voicecaster, or you would go to your agents, or you'd go to Waves, or you'd go to any one of a number of other studios, and you'd be sitting in the foyer with your competition. Everybody who was anybody was going up for the same part you were going up for. So you would sit there and you would think to yourself, okay, if they're here, I know where their vocal register goes. So I'm going to try to fit in something that goes between that and that. You don't have that anymore. Now you're just in a room and they send you a script and you don't know who's going up for it. You don't know what they're going to do.
Or if you had a squeak, it was me just on the I have a desk, so I just like, oh, I can't do it now.
So I mean, so
I didn't break wind or anything.
Well,
if a microphone picked up.
That roaming charge, I'm not going to pay for.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, sorry, my chair squeaked. See, it doesn't squeak. I'm like, I didn't.
Yes, before we get lost on this, my point is when I go to these cons and I see these people, there's so many different levels of relationship that we have through competing, through working with, through joking with. I mean, oh my God, there's nothing like being in a room full of animation actors, because we're the class clowns. We're the ADDs. We're the ones who could not stay quiet. Oh, poor Alan Dinehart Jr. doing Glow Friends. We drove him crazy.
Oh, you did Glow Friends as well. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, to be fair, I did take your credits from your Wikipedia page, so that didn't really include all of them. I would have mentioned Glow Friends and Galaxy High as well if they wrote that.
Media was put together by some fan. I don't even know who it
and
was.
Kid Video, and
Contributed to all of that, but yeah, no.
I think I'll have to add a bit more to that Wikipedia page.
Say, please, and thank you. Get quicker service. Try that inside.
Oh, I'd like to also quickly bring up. Did I interrupt you in any way?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay, good. I was going to say, if I interrupted you, I'm really sorry, and you can finish what you were saying before I just jump in with the next question.
Trying to sew up and hem together the beginning and the end of why I was talking about people and all these different things and going to the Voicecaster and all that stuff, because we had camaraderie, we had relationships.
Yeah.
And, it's a strange thing when you're on a show and then the show closes and then you don't see those people anymore. But there for a while, those are your closest knit friends and your joking partners. And to come back to the cons and be with them again it's wonderful.
I agree definitely. When I started going to cons and meeting voice actors, it made me feel whole again. It made me feel like a completely different person.
I can't say about every voice actor, neither can I say about every male or every female, but I can say that the voice actors that I'm familiar with and that I'm friends with are just wonderful, warm, compassionate, funny people, mixed with a bit of tragedy, because that's where comedy comes from.
Yeah,
you gotta have a little sorrow in your life to get where the jokes come from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to burst anybody's bubble out there, but it's not a happy joyride all through life. Sorry.
You're forgiven. Whoa. So going back to BotCon 2014, you did a script reading, as you said before. You played the character of Skuxoid. I can't remember how you say his name. Skuxoid, that's it. So you were cast to perform him. You were unaware that you were not the original character's voice, because fandom guesswork from the 90s had led to you being credited for the role for many years in online databases and stuff like that.
Again, that's all created by fans. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm not the one out there going, and then I did this. Yeah, that's it. I did that.
But wait, there's more. It says, but internal Marvel Productions casting documents would eventually show that Corey Burton performed the character.
The great Corey Burton.
Boom. There, I said it. I said what I said.
Put that in your pipe and smoke that, young prophet.
Stick it, get it up, yes. Oh man, yeah. So that was really cool because I've just had a look at the actual cast sheet. You know what? I'm feeling generous tonight. I'm going to show you the casting sheet because I have it up on my computer right here. So you just have to bear with me whilst I just hang on, get that up.
I have sign-in sheets.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which are great because they have everybody's signature, the parts they're playing, and the pages that they're on from Wally Burr. Wally Burr was very intricate about, okay, you're going to play this character. It's on this page, and it's... I miss Wally. He's a lovely man.
Oh, I miss him even though I never met him, but...
There we are. Oh, God, there's Stan Jones.
And Stan Jones, yeah. And Roger C. Carmel was on it as well, wasn't he?
Michael Bell.
Oh, where are you? Scatman Cross. Oh, bless, they crossed his name because I think that was
Scatman was the man. He was wonderful. Scatman. Why did they? They.
That was because he died.
Yeah.
He died after just before the movie was released.
Yeah.
He was Rob Paulson with SBV.
Ukulele and sometimes a harmonica, and he would tell stories and wonderful.
Bless.
He told me to name a microphone and think of it as a beautiful woman.
Oh, bless him. It's named the microphone. I'm trying to find. Where are you on this? There's Laurie Fazlo. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, you're with. I'm presuming Con means CESD.
Cunningham.
Yeah. There's Sunstreaker there. Is Peter Cullen not on this list? I don't think I saw him. Oh yeah, because Optimus Prime had yeah. I can't remember who did he voiced. Here he is. He was with TGMD back then still. Right, I see. So this is like so that was the master cast list for season 3. And we can't find them. You'll just have to bear with me while I find this extra document. Well, whilst I find this extra document, I'd like
a copy of that.
Of course I can. Yeah, of course I can.
Okay.
I'll send you the link. I'd like to ask you, whilst I'm searching for this little casting sheet for oh no, sorry, I clicked on the wrong link. I do have it. Just have to bear with me whilst I just share my screen again. It says here.
That's a sign-in sheet.
Corey Burton. Where are you? I don't think you're on this one yet.
I don't think I'm on that show.
Oh, well, there it is, Skuxoid.
You can see there's not a lot of people in it. There's 8 people?
Yeah. Milos German, Corey Burton, John Stevenson, Greg Berger, Frank Welker, Casey Kasem, John Machita, and Jack Angel. John, he's really cool. I love him. Oh my gosh. I've spoken to him. You know, he voiced Blur, the fast talking Autobot.
Mm-hmm.
He was so funny when I spoke to him. Oh my gosh. Like everyone, all these guys are just so lovely and like, oh my gosh, I just love it. So there you have it. There's the proof that Corey Burton was Skuxoid. And to be fair, I think everyone just flipped out because everyone was like, these are all Marvel documents. And I was like, okay.
Well, like I said, I didn't do it. So don't blame me.
Oh, man. Oh.
Now you got me feeling bad.
Oh, well, I haven't heard your take on the character yet because I haven't got around to watching the script read, but I bet you do just as good as Corey.
I don't even know. I think I just kind of did it. God, I wouldn't even know what I did.
He sounds like
I don't know.
He looks like he would sound like that, to be fair. If I said that in the most sensible way possible. Like, I don't even know if that's how you say it.
If you do the character compass. There's large, there's small, then there's big small, and little big. So you can have a little character with a big voice and a big character with a little voice. So he could come up and go,
Okay, everybody, I want to make sure that we all know that we're on the same page. Okay? Why do you look at me like that? I'm a mean man. I'm a scuxoid. Yes, Tremor, go. I know you can. You are humbled and you are fearful.
Talking about cons for the third time, the last con. Did you go to this TF Con LA that just happened in March? Did you go to that?
No.
Or did you not go?
I didn't attend any of the LA cons.
Oh, I thought you invited. I must have just.
I went to the Pasadena con, but that was in 2014. But no,
Yeah.
No, I have not gone to any of those cons. I'm trying to. I don't go to a lot of cons, and I don't want saturation. So
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of fascinating people to meet.
Yeah, indeed. I'd also like to point out, everyone recorded ensemble on the original Transformers. What was it like recording with everyone? Frank Welker, Peter Cullen, Corey Burton, Casey Kasem, Michael Bell.
It was wonderful.
What were Frank and Peter like?
Competitive, but warm, competitive. Everybody in that room, I mean, on one hand, there was this kind of a dark cloud of people were angry that Wally was keeping some people for 8 hours. So that was part of the mix. For me, I was brand new in the business, and I got to spend time with the luminaries, have chats in between takes while people are waiting to have their lines recorded. And those were fascinating, wonderful days for me. Between Transformers and G.I. Joe, I worked with just about between that and working for Burt Burtis over at Waves, where we did comedy radio in Hollywood, and every comedy person in Hollywood walked through those doors. So we got to write with, cast, and work alongside just about anybody who was anybody in Hollywood. And that, that's wonderful when you have that kind of a draw for your casting. I mean, my God, when you're able to go into a show and you're sitting there with the best of the best, and they're expecting you to be, quote unquote, among the best of the best, so you bring your A game, and there's no time to have that tongue and palate problem. You just have to leave yourself at the door and bring your A game, be the actor, be that clear vase and pour in the color that they're searching for.
Yeah.
But, working with those people was, for me, that was like being in the deep end with sharks, but they were friendly sharks. They weren't trying to kill me. They were just trying to swim through the day.
Yeah.
But they were big sharks.
Yeah, and Chris Latter as well.
What
was he like?
Head shark. Chris. May you rest in peace, Chris.
Oh my God. Oh, bless. Yeah, he was taken far too soon. I think he would have been a really good guest on this show. He definitely would have had fun.
Would have been very high energy.
Like me then? Oh man, I haven't met anyone as bonkers as me on this podcast yet. I'm still trying to find the perfect voice actor who is just as zany and bonkers as me. So just like off the walls and everything.
Oh, that's what I get paid for. So when I'm me, I'm just kind of trying to charge the battery.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if I'm not off the wall.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not criticizing you or anything. I was just, I was like, I'm sorry if I'm too much for you.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's.
Are you
fine.
kidding? I got a 9-year-old. So no.
Wow.
29
You're as old
year
as my sister. Wow. What? And like, oh my brother's like just a year younger. Wow, that is crazy. Wow. Yeah, I'm second youngest.
I'm the youngest out of 5.
Wow, I'm the second youngest of 4.
Well, it's a busy life, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Growing up.
You still have to beat up on the youngest, and then you still have to get beat up on by the oldest. So
Yeah.
you're a busy girl.
Yeah, I guess you could say I am
Bring
indeed.
your A game. Gentleman Jim Corbett, or as my wife likes to do it, ungentlemanly Jane.
I'd start using that term now. Ungentlemanly. It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Gentlemanly Jane Corbett, and she's there to
G.I. Jane.
That's right, rattle the cage.
Yeah, indeed. I'd like to bring up Bill Scott. This was the first time I contacted you. I asked you, had you ever worked with Bill Scott? And you said you did Ewoks on Ice with him. I believe I did say a little bit about Ewoks on Ice in my Bill Scott documentary, because I did contact you for that, and I think I did name drop you, and you said about how you described them and stuff like that. So what was it like doing Ewoks on Ice, and especially working with Bill Scott?
Well, Ewoks on Ice was extremely campy.
There's no footage anywhere of it.
I have the original recordings of the audio. Yeah, I have all that stuff.
Did you tell me that? I can't remember if you told me that.
Oh, it's the stupidest song you've ever heard in your life. I just want to say that. But it was
some Bill goodness.
Everybody was jumping on that.
Oh yeah, the Cantina band.
Trying to be part of the Star Wars thing. So they put this thing on ice with the Ewoks, and he played Chief Chirpa, and I played Witchy. And other than him, he's the only one that I know of, besides myself, that didn't have to have their voice processed.
Who else was in the cast?
Oh, these are people that were up in San Francisco actors with myself. I just moved to Los Angeles and got a call from John Cordy to audition for a thing called The Queen of the Big Faces. And that was, I got the call. I auditioned against Lucille Bliss and every woman in the Bay Area who was somebody in the character acting business. And I got the part. And so that with John Cordy got me to George Lucas doing John Cordy, George Lucas Ewoks Courageous Caravan. And that's how I got Ewoks. And we recorded it, Lucas Sound. That was, you've never seen or heard anything in your life like being in that cathedral. It is, I mean, I recorded in the Sinatra room at RCA. I've recorded in, a lot of great places, but that's a monastery of sound.
Wow.
That goes on my bucket list did it.
That must have been really fun though, like just to work with Bill Scott. I'm presuming you like grew up with
Bill Scott wasn't there when I did the Ewok. No, Bill Scott and I were in a studio in Los Angeles.
Right.
Yeah, no, that was just a regular Ewoks thing for on ice. That wasn't a movie thing or a Lucasfilm.
So you met in the studio recording for Ewoks on Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, I see. Wow, I get it now.
I have a lot, thanks to Corey Burton. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't say that. I have a lot of shows from the original recordings from the Rocky and Bullwinkle sessions, and
that was fine. He's talked about it with me. I'm in touch with him.
Okay, so at any rate, the outtakes and all of that stuff, just the one take artistry to listen to that stuff. that's when you know you're in the A game. That's when you go like, God, those are the starting gates I want to be in. I want this gun to go off and I want to play. I want to dive through those tires, dodge those tomahawks, and come out on time. That's fun.
Good idea. Good idea. I tell you that.
Righty out.
Radio Chief. Yes. I'd also like to bring
Anything
up.
else?
Yes, I do have a few more topics I want to dice up. You were in Batman the Animated Series. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like recording for that? I've met Kevin Conroy. There.
Oh, he's a wonderful guy. All those, yeah.
I love him. Oh, I wonder what Hal's going to get. Leave it along, I don't know, but I'd just like to say real quickly. Oh, he's back. Oh, what's this?
This is the cover of Variety, September 8th, 1992. This is a thank you from everybody at Warner Brothers for the outstanding voiceover talents who brought Gotham City to life. This is everybody in alphabetical order who did the series. And that's one of my treasures that I have. I had that framed nicely, of course. But yeah, I mean, what was it like? I mean, I'm in the room with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. and all these people. He's playing Alfred, and like I said, Hal, what's your Scottish accent? Oh, okay, Adam, what's yours? It's like, what was it like? Thrilling, terrifying and thrilling, because the last thing you want to do, when you're at as we witnessed with Will Smith, sometimes at your biggest moments, you can make the biggest slip-ups. And you hope that doesn't happen when you're in those sessions with the directors that you don't want to disappoint, and the studios that you don't want to disappoint. And so that's when you step it up and you bring your A game. You leave yourself at the door and you bring in the person who's supposed to be there, the person who delivers and isn't afraid to stand in the room.
Hal, I have never cried on an interview before, and when you showed me that Variety cover thing, and how I was like thanking all the people who brought Gotham to life, and just thinking everyone is listed on there in alphabetical order, I actually had tears in my eyes, and I actually just felt them rolling down my face. I've never cried in an interview before. It's just that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You have to send me the full thing, see who's on it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Send you a picture of it.
Okay. I'd like to add. Oh no, she wouldn't have been on the. No, I checked the voice. Oh no, John Glover was on it. The Riddler. He was in the episode. In one of the episodes you were in. Did you work with Mark Hamill and Arlene Sorkin on it?
No, they were part of the second. Oh, wait a minute. No, he's in here. No, I didn't get to work with him. He's the Joker. I worked with the Riddler.
Ah, I see. Wow, it would have been cool though. Just say, yeah.
He and my wife go way back. They knew each other at LACC, and they used to do the Summer Renaissance Fair.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I've tried
Mark's a wonderful man. He's a very warm, genuine, kind man.
I've tried getting Mark on my show. Well, it was his management. His management turned me down, saying, if he says yes, we'd have to open all the floodgates, and it wouldn't be fair. He just doesn't have time for any interviews. Arlene Sorkin is another one I've been trying to get. Harley Quinn herself. So excited! Like, I'm going to try and get a lot of Batman the Animated Series guests on my show. I've reached out to Loren Lester. I've reached out to Kevin Conroy's agent.
Tell him I said hello.
I will do indeed. Who else is there? Diane Pershing, who was Poison Ivy.
Defenders of the Earth. Together, he and I. Wonderful.
Cool. Who? Loren.
And the son of Ming the Merciless.
His daughter's an actor now, Julia Lester. Yeah, she's like a big actress. She's on Broadway now.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. She's followed in her dad's footsteps. I think that's really beautiful, that. Oh, I got a few more topics to bring up. Okay, when I say few, I mean two. The first one is, I believe you've worked on The Simpsons with your wife as well. So, what voices have you two done on The Simpsons?
Well, my wife has been doing the show, and we've been doing it from this studio for the last 16 years. But she's been on the show for 32. I did one episode called Team Homer, and they hired me to do Apu, Mo, Wiggum, and a guy by the name of Snake. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know who Snake is. Of course I do. Yeah. Him, yeah, because I have a video game. Oh, go ahead.
This area is all of those characters. I just was fortunate to play one because he was off doing Birdcage with Robin Williams, and he was going to miss that particular episode, so they brought me.
Ooh. Well, that's cool. I know of Snake because there was a PS2 game called Simpsons Road Rage. It's like Crazy Taxi, but Simpsons style. So like you'd pick up residents of Springfield, drop them off at different places within a time limit stuff. I remember Snake was one of them that you had to pick up, and you know the places would just be random. And when it's the Simpsons house, you'd go Simpsons house. I have my eye on their big screen TV in the window. And what's even funny is that I would either be playing as Homer or Lisa. You're like, are you going to my house? That's just so funny how it works, really.
My eye on their big screen TV.
Oh man, I'll have to try and find out what the exact line is, and I'll just send it to you.
That's funny.
Yeah, indeed. The final thing I want to bring up, right? Okay, this might jog a few memories for you. I'm not sure if anyone else has ever mentioned this to you. Do you remember recording the pilot for Rotten Ralph?
Absolutely.
Ah!
Yes, that's where I got my Emmy nomination.
Oh really? Oh wow. So who did you do it with? Who else was on the cast?
I recorded that by myself in my studio and directed myself.
Oh.
And
cool.
Sent it down line to the director, and the person who played the little girl is quite an actress now. I don't know if I should bring her name up or not, but yeah, I don't think I will. Because she didn't really, I don't think, want to do it.
Ooh. Okay, we'll keep that.
No. I shouldn't say that.
You don't have to mention her. It's okay.
No, no, I don't want to go there. Okay.
Yeah,
I loved Rotten Ralph, and then of course, I do Rotten Ralph. They take Rotten Ralph to Canada, and they say, "Can you do these voices?" They did the voices, and the series just went.
And then
they never, because I mean, the whole thing was based on me. I was everybody in that thing except the little girl, and they just didn't want to.
Corey Byrne was in it, unless I'm just thinking of my head's gone messy.
Another one, I think, but no, he wasn't in Rotten Ralph. No. Will Ryan was in some stuff with me for the same director, but no.
Will Ryan. Oh God, love him. Will, I miss him.
Ryan
so
and Ray
much.
used to get mixed up together all the time.
I miss him so much. I interviewed him.
I miss that old cowboy. I'm sure he's out playing his guitar on the saddle right now, somewhere in the ethers.
I miss him. It's weird sending him emails now and just not getting any response back. Because he always used to respond to me and just,
Will.
Oh, I'm crying again now.
Elmo Aardvark.
Elmo Aardvark, yeah, indeed. Oh man. Oh yeah, because I've just had a look. It was John Clark Matthews who did the 2 pilots of Rotten Ralph, and then Cosgrove Hall took over as the animators for the TV show Rotten Ralph that was eventually made. And I can't, where did it air on? On Britain it was on CBBC, which is like a kids TV show. I don't know why I completely forgot that. It aired.
As far as where it
Fox
aired,
Family Channel. That's where it aired.
I think that's really out of my pay grade. That's not part of my decisions at all. I create product, and then they bring that to the emperor, who is in charge of distribution.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Right. So they were made. Someone's put on Vimeo apparently what is the pilot. Oh, right. So it was animated. Right. So John Clark Matthews did it. And then
one that I did was more stop motion animation.
I think I might have found it on Vimeo. I think someone's put it on there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Wow. Because I've just thinking of the Cosgrove Hall version, and they look so similar with the character designs and the puppets that they use.
Well, that was based on the creative. Rotten Ralph was a book series, and then we did.
Here we go. Here's a picture of the credits. It says featuring the voices of Hal Rayle, Maggie Roswell, your wife, Pat Music, David Allen Morgan, Mae Whitman.
Yes.
I'm presuming that was because she's Pat Music's daughter.
Right. Now, I didn't want to bring Mae Whitman up because she's I don't know if she would even claim Rotten Ralph anymore.
Well, Scott Meek, Scott Meek, and Corey Burton.
Oh, okay, all right. So, they weren't there when I was doing it. They were.
It must have just been.
I was doing it on my own in my own studio, so they must have been on their own.
I don't know why they went for a Canadian. I don't know why they ended up going for a Canadian cast in the end, and then it kind of just
that was very much in vogue. It still is.
And then it just transferred to Cosgrove Hall, the animation. But yeah, it kind of did remain the same. I'll have to send you the link, because I'll send you a link to the one on Vimeo, and then. So who did you play on the pilot?
On the pilot, I was Rotten Ralph. I was the clown. I was.
Oh, you were Rotten Ralph himself. Oh, sorry. I probably was just zoned out when you said. I'm so sorry.
Rotten Ralph, and I was the clown, and I was all the characters that were the weird sideshow people that he would meet, and the gist of it is he gets lost, and then he comes back, and he's found at the end, and he's a rotten Ralph. He's a terrible cat.
He's a really, really rotten Ralph.
Gets into all kinds of mischief. So he meets all kinds of people. So I just know that was one of my daughter's favorites. When she loved that when she was growing up. So for that.
Bless. That's a lovely way to end off this interview, Hal.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Today.
It's lovely speaking with you too. I'm gonna do a fake outro now, and then I'm gonna probably say goodbye. Okay? Okay, don't go anywhere. Okay, cool. Hal, where can we find you on social media?
How can they get a hold of me? Hal Rayle online. You can go to you can go to any of the search engines. Just type my name in, and they will take you to a plethora of places. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on. And when I'm on. Game on.
Yeah.
Watch for Magical Stories, which are coming out soon, and they should be on a platform for streaming near you soon. Also, my book, The Book of Voices by Hal Rayle, how to voice separate and do 3 characters for the price of 1.
I'm going to buy it.
Vogue.
I'm going to buy it.
All right, then.
Yeah, so
One.
yeah, just 1 book.
That's all I need.
To you at home. Thank you for
Right.
watching this interview.
Thank you.
And we will see you around. Stay safe, stay happy, be kind to yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Be kind to yourself.
Betrayal.
We'll see you around. Bye,
Okay.
everyone. And cut.